All right, it is my honor and privilege to welcome Ice Cube into the zone, man. I've interviewed a lot of great people here, but I'm truly honored to have you here, man.
Well, it's great to be here. Talk some basketball.
All right, let's do it. Well, before we get to basketball, though, I know somebody that went to high school with you, played football, and he said you were a really good football player, running back. He said you made like all league as a freshman in high school.
I played fullback. I play outside linebacker too, and try to do my thing. I thought, that was the direction I was gonna go in, until I started hanging really with Dr. Dre a lot.
Okay.
And then from there, I said I wanted to get into music, so I just quit the team.
So you stopped playing?
Well, I just didn't play the next year. I played the full season, but just didn't play the next year. It was like, be up at the school playing football all day, or go hang when it's time to hang, and try to, dibble and dabble in music. And I wanted to pursue music. Okay. So, I quit the team.
Who'd you run like running back? Who would you compare yourself to?
Man, fullback, you blocking most of the time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really think about that. I just thought about when they gave it to me, just get as many yards as I could. I used to like playing defense the most. Okay. Outside linebacker. I used to like to hit people more than getting hit.
What kind of basketball player were you? Did you play on the basketball team or any?
I tried out for the team, but I think the coach was hating on me because by playing football, you're always late to everything basketball. So, but I just try to play point guard, and I used to love to play basketball, and once again realized, this is not my calling. I need to go do something that I'm really good at and that I got a shot at, and so. Stop playing and switch to music.
So you want to talk? Let's talk a little bit of basketball. NBA Finals, Golden State, Cleveland.
Yeah.
It looks like Cleveland's in trouble. What you think?
Well, they was always in trouble, and not about how they
got
play.
One great player.
Yeah, not about like the player's skill. I think each player they have has certain skills that can work, but they just haven't been together long enough to win a championship. And when you think about it, they shouldn't win, because when you just throw a team together like that, how could you win a championship? How could we trust the process, so to speak, when you just throwing teams together and you can go win a championship? So, Golden State should win because they have a better, more cohesive team. So, if the game lord is correct, that team should win.
How many games you got?
Maybe 4-1.
4, that's what I'm thinking. I know you a Laker fan, so I assume you want LeBron here next year. Is that?
Yeah, if that's the piece that's gonna move us forward. LeBron, I don't think LeBron gets us to the championship. Not in the West.
What about LeBron and Paul George? Because I don't think he'd come by himself. I think it'd be LeBron and Paul George.
Who would turn that down? I think that could work. I'm still not sure what kind of player, as far as cerebral player that Paul George is. Is he?
But you'd have LeBron for that.
Yeah, So that may work, unless Paul is hiding his ego. We don't really see, and then it don't work because some people just don't want to take a back seat to nobody. Yeah. That's how Kobe was. So you never know. LeBron and Clay. I think that dynamic will work.
I'd rather have Clay. I think he's gonna stay in Golden State though.
Yeah, it depends. It's like this. In Golden State, he's cruise control. He can kind of, do whatever he needs to do each night. He don't have to carry no load. But his numbers are suffering, and he's gonna want another contract sooner or later. Is that gonna bother him to the point where he say, "Look, I got 3 rings. Might as well cash out now and go somewhere and get them numbers, and I can cash out again." You know what I'm saying? So I think the Lakers is a great spot. I think he knows the organization. I don't know why. I need to call Mitch Kupchak and say, what's up, man? How did he slip through your fingers, man? What's up? I know he was around the facility.
Yeah.
Shooting a couple jumpers that,
Michael Thompson.
it's like, I know Michael said, hey, man, peep out my son. What happened? So I got some issues with why we don't have Klay Thompson.
So you a big Klay. That's your pitch to Klay. I get it. Now, if Magic called you and said, look, we want you to come and talk to LeBron. He's thinking about Philadelphia. He's thinking about Houston. Mm-hmm. We want him here. We want you to sell him on the Lakers. What would you say?
Nope. that ain't my job, Magic. Do your job, baby.
So you ain't got no sales pitch to LeBron?
No, because I don't want to have nothing to do with whether he comes or not. I don't want people to be like, damn, Q.
You couldn't deliver.
What's up, man? What you say to him? I rather for Magic to do his job. He's getting paid the big bucks. And I sit back and be a fan, stay a fan. And, I'm happy with the leadership. So whatever decision they make is probably a decision they have to make for whatever reason. And,
all right.
I'll be more upset if they get rid of Randall. I mean, I love.
Really?
Yeah, I love.
It'll be interesting to see if they can keep him.
He's a walking double-double.
Yeah. On a bad team, though. Let's see if
I think he could play like that on the good team. I think he's really learning what he can do on the court, and that when he's going, nobody want to guard him.
So I heard you on Undisputed earlier say you got MJ over LeBron in the GOAT conversation, which I'm with you on that.
I want to kill the GOAT, but let's go. I want to kill that GOAT conversation.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because, greatest of all times is just silly. It is.
Oh, so you don't even like having the conversation?
Nah, because we haven't seen all time. All time is a long time. So we don't know what's coming down the pipe. And to call somebody the greatest of all time is just insulting to the unborn hoopsters in the world who could turn out greater than all of them.
Okay. So you don't have any GOAT in your mind. There's no GOAT.
There's no GOAT. There's just, kings of eras.
Okay.
So
it's similar to
like
rapping, right?
In a way.
It's hard to pick there is no GOAT rapper. Everybody got their own opinions.
Yeah. And how, can the GOAT be the GOAT if he the student and he learned from a teacher? Mm-hmm. LeBron wouldn't know how to play like that without Jordan.
But people like me need something to do, though, so we
That's cool. It's cool. Talking about which player I would rather have on my team, without a question, is Michael Jordan. And it's all between the ears. It's cool to be born with those great gifts and then go out there and display your God-given talent. But it's another thing to have to reach down inside and use whatever talent God gave you to conquer. It's just a different mentality. And that's why I get an edge to Jordan.
Now, that's interesting you say that because I think LeBron is second best of all time to Jordan. But most ex-players I talk to, they always like, why ain't Kobe in the conversation? Yeah. Because we just make it Jordan, LeBron. You a Lakers fan? Do you have Kobe? Would you rather Kobe than LeBron?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me, same kind of thing? Yeah.
Same reason, it's all between the years. And I just feel like, to me, Kobe and LeBron are two different players, LeBron is, a great, teammate, so to speak. You know what I mean? But, Kobe is like an assassin. He's like.
Would you compare
man
Kobe?
In the black hat.
Would he be more gangster rap than LeBron? If you had to put it in hip hop genres? Because he got
attitude
that more
wise,
I
think, yeah. Attitude wise, yeah. But And LeBron could get gangster. He got bully ball. You know, he can do bully ball. Kobe can take your heart. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I want to get to some of your story too, but first I want to hit you with a little rapid fire question.
All
right. Your favorite rapper, obviously, other than yourself.
20 Chuck D and Melly Mel.
Melly Mel. Okay.
Yeah.
Going way back.
Yeah, because they are trendsetters, and they changed the trajectory of the music with their music. So, you know, everybody was hip hop, hibbity hip hopping, and throw your hands in the air, waving like they just don't care. Till Melly Mel came, it was like a child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. So that changed the trajectory of rap. So did Chuck D, you know, showing that it wasn't all about us as individuals, but all about us as a unit. So those are my two favorite rappers.
Who you think changed it on the West? I remember the first West Coast rapper I think I remember was Egyptian Lover. You know.
Yeah, he was Egyptian Lover. You got the LA Dream Team. You got the World Class Wrecking Crew. You know, Ice-T. You know,
Ice-T seemed like he changed.
Is the pioneer, Pied Piper of what we call gangster rap.
Okay.
He's to me the first one that you know gave it a form, even though it was hard records done by, you know, you can't, you know, Schoolie D and not Public Enemy, but KRS-One with Criminal Minded. You know, so it's been, you know, if you change the game, you got to be one of the best to me.
I was gonna ask you about the gangster, the way NWA changed it. Obviously, you guys are viewed as the pioneers of gangster rap, and you mentioned some of the ones that, you know, they had some songs here and there that were like that, but you guys just went straight. You know, y'all took it to another level. What made you guys do that? And you know, at that time, I mean, you wasn't getting airplay because of it and stuff like that. What made y'all go that hard when we really hadn't seen anybody do it consistently like that?
We just felt like that was our path. We didn't think that we would ever get radio play, or that, you know, a group like ours would ever hit the national stage. So we just started doing records that we felt would work in our neighborhood, and that was our path. That's what we felt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Favorite rap group other than NWA? I guess would it be Public Enemy? You mentioned Chuck D.
It would be Run DMC.
Okay.
Because they showed us how to be pros. I mean, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 is there, and Public Enemy is there, but Run DMC really took it and made it, I think, worldwide music.
You got a favorite rap song other than one of your own?
I'll probably say The Message, or you know, Rebel Without a Pause, or Fight the Power, one of those songs.
What's your favorite Ice Cube song?
I don't really have a favorite one. You know, I never like I think about them as my kids, so, you know, they all got their own place in my heart. But I don't have a favorite.
Do you have a favorite R&B group?
I guess it would be, you know, between the Isley Brothers, Parliament Funkadelic, which that's funk, and then maybe Jackson's. You know.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Wow. My favorite movie is Jaws.
Really?
Yeah, it's my favorite movie.
Wow. You were young when that came out too.
Yeah, I was. You know, it's just to me a movie that it's the reason why you go to the movies. It's perfect on all levels. Storytelling, you know, fear, adventure. Yeah, I think it's a perfect movie.
Favorite sports movie of all time?
Wow, favorite sports movie of all time. Wow, you know, I just saw a few movies, you know, recently that were great. I wouldn't call them my favorite of all time. It's hard to say, but Draft Day was great.
Okay.
Moneyball was a great movie. But no, you know, I go back to movies like All the Right Moves,
That was a good
which is a
movie.
great
Yeah.
movie. Tom Cruise did it years ago. You know, it's been a few great ones.
All right. Favorite Laker of all time?
Magic Johnson.
Okay. Favorite food?
I guess steak. I guess that's what I get most excited to eat.
Favorite sneaker?
Chuck Taylor's.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You got a ton of those?
I got so many pairs of Chuck Taylors. It's crazy. Yep.
Better actor, you or your son?
It seems like he's better. Yeah, it seems like he's better. You know, he's gotten off to a great start. So,
Did you, because I got girls now, they 20, twins, but they grew up, you know, we took them to see Are We There Yet and all those movies, the football movie.
yeah.
I can't remember
It was
the name.
Long Shots.
Yeah. So they remember you, they know you from that, and I'm always like, man, this was one of the hardest rappers. Like, he one of the innovators of gangster rap.
Yeah.
So when you started doing those types of family-friendly movies, did you ever sit down and say, you know what, okay, this doesn't fit my image. How could this affect my image in hip hop or anything like that? Or what was that process like, if there was any to it?
I don't really care about no image. You know what I mean? I just be myself. And I figured, you know, my fans who have been down with me for years got kids. And, you know, I don't want them saying, that's Ice Cube. He's a rapper. He you know, trying to tell them who I am. I'd rather do something and they know who I am. So that's when I decided movies like, you know, it started off really with Barbershop. You know, that was my first like PG-13 comedy that wasn't really full of like R-rated content. So I was like, yo, can we push it to PG? That's when I did Are We There Yet? Long Shots. You know, these are movies that I think, you know, kids can get into, you know, instead of maybe the Friday movies, you know what I mean, which are for older fans. So it was just a calculated decision to make sure that I stay relevant in the same households as I was relevant before.
Okay.
And by connecting with the youth in those households. And, you know, at some point, I'm going to say, my fans got grandkids, and I'm going to do another one. You know what I mean? So that's really what it's all about.
Now, you also doing, of course, the owner of the Big Three, creator of the Big Three. Of all the retired players ever, if they all could play, who would your ideal Big Three team be?
Oh, man, I would go with, Magic, Kareem, and Jordan. I don't think you can beat that team.
That's a pretty good team. That's pretty simple.
Yeah.
In 5 years from now, where would you like to see the Big Three?
I like to see it as, I would like to see people looking forward to our season like they look forward to the NBA coming or the NFL. I would like people to be like, man, here we go with Big Three basketball. So I would like to get the fan base up and get people excited. I would like for us to be, you know, on the world stage. We're trying to create, you know, on the under, a World Cup of 3-on-3 basketball. So we're, we go to China this month, and we're
So you
trying to start
taking
Big
these
3
teams
China. No, we're trying to start a Big 3 China.
Oh, wow.
Start Big 3.
Just players from China?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Asia, China, try to get players, a league going there where maybe their champion is good enough to come play in our summer league here. Same with Brazil, same with other countries. Just make this a worldwide thing because, 3-on-3 is in the Olympics. Everybody gonna have to step up their game, and Big 3, is the standard for professional 3-on-3 basketball. FIBA got their thing going, but theirs to me is a more amateur game. This here is a more professional version, so we think people can really cut their teeth in our league and get ready for the Olympics.
Do you ever think about a Big 3 league in America? Just regular dudes that didn't play in the NBA. Have you thought about that?
Well, we're always looking to see the natural progression of the league, and it could get to that point where we're just saying, yo, you can ball, come ball.
So
but we're not there yet. We're still trying to turn people on to the sport and what it can be. And so, we feel like this formula is the best formula for now, but you never know.
Now, T.O. last year, Terrell Owens, he wanted to play. Any thought to letting like other pros that weren't in the NBA, NFL, baseball, anything like that?
Nah. I promised the guys that they'll play with their peers. Not saying that T.O. can't play in the Big 3. I don't know. I would have to see him, really go up against this competition, going at this level. So I don't know, but I promised the guys that they'll play against their peers. I think we have to be careful to not look like a gimmick, but look like an actual pro league. And these guys are getting paid. They're not playing for free. So it's really all about maintaining the integrity of the league and making sure that 3-on-3 basketball grows in a healthy manner and it doesn't turn into, some sideshow stuff.
That's good. That's smart. Couple quick questions about your rapping. I read on the internet you started rapping. You wrote your first rap in typing class.
Yeah.
That's how it started?
Typing. That was when it was typewriters. It wasn't even electric. We would get these assignments to do. And I started to actually be able to type pretty fast, so I would finish fast and be just sitting there. And one of my homies named Kiddo was like, we was actually talking about LL New record.
Okay.
Because we was trying to get a hold of it because we heard it was going around on bootleg.
Was that radio?
No, it was Bigger and Deffer.
Okay.
He kept saying he knew somebody had it. I didn't believe him. Because back then, bootleg stuff wasn't just everywhere when it came to music. So anyway, it was like, we just got off. He said, you ever write a rap before? I was like, nah, I never wrote a rap or even tried to rap. He said, you write one and I'll write one. We'll see which one's the best.
Wow.
And I just started typing out a rap.
So you hadn't thought about rap, even though you was big into hip hop, I guess.
I was a fan.
I was
just a fan. I just thought we were gonna be, the Wrecking Crew were DJs.
So you were down with them already before you started writing rap. Okay.
Yeah, I was real cool with Dre. I wouldn't say down. They wasn't letting us hang with them, but we were cool. But they were just DJs, so I thought that was the extent, because all I saw was DJ crews, like Uncle Jam's Army, which Egyptian Lover came from, was a DJ crew. Wrecking Crew was a DJ crew, so I felt like, we can be fans and play the music, but none of us was really good enough to do it.
Wow. So who came up with the name NWA?
I want to give the credit to Easy, but it's between Easy and Dre, because they just came to pick me up one day and they had that name like they had been talking about it all day. So they just told me the initials, and I was like, this is the dumbest name I ever heard of. Just initials, NWA, what does that mean? And when they told me what it mean, I was like, oh, okay, that's dope. I like that. And so I was with it, but not at first. I was like, that's just letters.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing that as much back then.
So when you left, then, they went at you and you came back with no Vaseline. Last time you were here, you told me that you wrote that, or I don't know if you wrote it, but you on a fishing trip, or you were fishing, you decided to do it.
Well, the owner of the label, one of the owners, had kept telling me he wanted to take me on his boat, and I was ducking him, and he just was like, "Yo, you can't duck me no more. We got to go out. I got something to tell you." So we went out on the boat. We fishing. I'm really like bored, like ready to go anyway, but I'm entertaining it, and he's like, "Man, I want to play you a record off the new NWA record." So he played it. So I was hot. I was mad. I'm ready to go now. So,
and you, at that point, though, you thinking you didn't have any beef with them at that point.
Well, I didn't diss them on America's Most Wanted, so I felt like, there's no reason for them to diss me. Yeah. It was a business decision. So when they did, I felt like, okay, they taking it there. And that's when I really just waited for the trip to be over. But when I got home, I wrote it in 90 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. And
then just went to the studio and
I held it for a minute. I was just trying to figure out what's the perfect track.
Yeah.
And when I found the perfect track, I was like, yo.
I mean, that's one of the best, maybe the best diss record of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So you dealt with a lot of police brutality in your lyrics, and with NWA and after that. And to see it's still happening, obviously. We've seen town halls with, athletes and the president and, police commissioners and all that. What do you think needs to be done to just end this? I mean, that's 20 years ago you were writing about it, and it's still going on.
I think it's got to be a lot of retraining going on. I think police should have to do mandatory psycho evaluation. It should be mandatory. It shouldn't be if I got a problem, I got to go talk to somebody. It's like, no, you're scheduled to talk to somebody every Wednesday at this time about what's going on. And it should be off the record. So it's not going to go in your file. It's not going to go in this. It's just somebody to talk to, somebody to help you dissect all this stuff that's going on with you. Those type of things need to happen. But, the police changing the way they do things is not going to happen because their objectives are different than our objectives. Mm-hmm. Our objectives is civil rights. Our objectives is treat people fair. Their objective is make it home tonight. Mm-hmm. Period.
Yep.
Win and make it home tonight. So it's two different objectives going on here. So they're trained to win. Confrontation, situation, make it home tonight. And sometimes rights, sometimes humanity gets in the way of that.
Do you understand? I mean, because you're right. I mean, they in any moment, I guess they could lose their life. Do you understand the tension there? Because like you said, there's tension because both sides got different objectives.
I understand the tension, but I don't understand the bullying. I don't understand a dude going to church, kill 9 people, and nobody's beating his ass on the way out. They actually protecting him, putting him in, bulletproof vests, and but a kid mouthing off at the mall, y'all want to choke him out and beat him down. Kid going to their prime, he gets choked out. I mean, it's enough real suspects out there. It's enough people doing bad. If you know, it's like, that's the part I don't understand. It's the bullying, which goes beyond, you know, these are situations where you know your life is not in danger and you still ramping it up. So it just becomes simple, good old American bullying.
Do they ever, like, have police commissioners or the police in general ever ask your opinion because of your history dealing with this, you know, lyrically and stuff? Like, you know, because I think that's a great idea that I really haven't heard from many people.
I think, you know, I don't know if they care about my opinion. You know, I think they have to change the way they look at the public and understand the job that they've chosen under oath to accept. Nobody's forcing you to be a police cop.
Yeah.
If you don't want to deal with this stuff, you shouldn't deal with it. But if you decide to, you got to take on all the restraint that the job entails, because you're supposed to serve the public, not prey on the public.
What's your feeling on the Kaepernick, the way he's dealt with it, and obviously the repercussions that he suffered because of it?
You know, I felt, you know, of course I feel for Kaepernick, and, you know, I always felt that there was never a good outcome to this, because you're taking a knee because of something that has to do with the outside world. You're taking a knee on the football field with something that has to do with the outside world, that the people that control this game can't fix that. So what's the end game? What was ever the end game to that? So it was always gonna be a place where it was never a solution to that problem. So I always felt like, you know, bringing awareness to the situation is cool. Falling on the sword or being a martyr for the situation, I don't know if that solves the problem or gets us any closer to solving the problem. So that's why I feel for him, you know, because he's in that situation.
Last thing before you go, I know we got to wrap up. What's one thing about Ice Cube that would surprise people? People don't know.
I don't know, you know, because I don't really know everybody's perception of me, but, you know, I think, you know, what you see is what you get, and I try to be the same exact person I was before this music and before all this, you know. I don't know if that's surprising, but, you know, it's who I am.
Man, I appreciate it, brother.
All right, no
Great
problem,
stuff.
man.
And
thank you for everything, man. You know, letting me come on here and do this.
Nah, this was good. This was good.
Pumping the big three in any kind of way. You know,
yeah, we looking forward to the big three. And I know that I've been talking to the players. They all into it now.
Yeah, they ready.
My man Olden Polynice was on. He had one of our best podcasts, and he got cut. But I heard he was killing the big men.
Well, he came out there. I wouldn't say killing it. He came out there, you know, and we gave him a shot. You know what I'm saying? And what's cool is the players pick who they want to play with. So
Yeah.
I didn't have nothing to do with it.